All right, let's go ahead and call the meeting to order. It's 10:05 on September 11th, 2018. This is our regular meeting, and we'll start with a prayer and by Kelly, and Jerry's going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance to follow. Please, everybody stand.
If you'll join me. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for today. We thank you for being with us, Lord. And I just ask that you will continue to be with the ones as we reflect back on 17 years ago, Lord, the families that lost somebody in the tragic towers and the other things at the Pentagon. Dear Lord, I just ask that you will be with their families and help give them peace today. And thank you for being with them. Lord, I ask that you will watch over us this day as we conduct the county business, and that we do that with you in mind. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Jerry, and thank you, Kelly, for that special prayer. First item of business is to approve the minutes of the August 28th regular meeting.
I move that we approve the minutes of the August 28th County Commission meeting.
Okay, it's been moved. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Settlements of estates by our fiduciary supervisor, Joni Hare.
I'm presenting the following estates for final settlement: James Lee Allen, Frank Garrett Christian, Ellen Mozart Fowler, James David Graham, Thelma I. Hanley, Clayton Thomas Morgan, Margaret Ann Neville, Larry Wayne Pickering, Jack Lee Skaggs, Maxine Blanchard Skaggs, Richard Arliss Thomas, Sandra Hannah Wright, all as well.
Okay, motion.
I'll move that we approve the settlements of estates as presented.
Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries. Thank you, Joni. Exonerations, county splits, consolidations as presented by our assessor, Mr. Joe Darnell. I move that we approve these as presented. Is any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Motion carried. Financials. Ms. Robin Loudermilk, County Clerk.
We have the following arts and rec transfer from savings to checking. Town of Raynell, $35,500. That's for 1819 pool and golf course. Alderson Community Center, $9,720.72. It's 1819 upgrade of sound equipment. Arts and Rec Director, $75. That's for a cell phone. That's for a total of $45,295.72 from savings to checking.
I move we move $45,295.72 from savings to checking to pay these arts and rec fees. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries.
We have no budget revisions. We have no line item transfers.
Okay. Kelly, you have the bills. We reviewed the bills this morning, and I would move that we pay them as presented. All in favor signify, any discussion? Excuse me. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries. Presentation. I'm going to deviate from the agenda just a bit. I'd asked Paula Brown to come this morning and give us an update with the weather situation in Florence. Paula, if you will come forward, I know you've got some important information.
Well, I have the most current information. It might not be. It's not that I'm trying to downplay this, I'm just trying to get everybody to kind of take a breath and think about and make your plan. The Weather Service is still hesitant to really refine their update. The update as of today is that it's going to be a significant rainfall event, but we're talking 6 inches of rain over 6 days. Now, see, I know you'll see everything over Facebook and social media and the internet of, you know, like up to 30 inches. But nobody looks at the extended time. Everything that they're putting out right now was over all the way through the 18th. So that's a lot of days. An inch of rain a day, when have we not seen that in the last month? So, I mean, we are going to have some flooding events. Is it going to be 12 inches of rain in 12 hours? No, it's not. It's just going to be like a wash bowl effect. We're going to have some wind. We're going to have some rain. We're going to have some flooding. We're going to have power outages. So that is where we're at. The issue is going to be that the power outage response is probably not going to be quick because the crews are going to be inundated with the coastal response. So it'll be delayed. So we've been literally setting up all of our shelter. I mean, we're going to plan for the worst, and hopefully it won't be that bad. We've set up all of our shelter contacts. All the shelters are ready to go. We'll be putting those out on social media. We're doing the normal coverage of, you know, everybody should be prepared for 72 hours of food and water for themselves. We're encouraging them, because of power outages, to fill up your car with fuel, fill up any extra fuel cans, because if the power goes out, as we know, the gas stations here do not have generators. Get some cash. Again, power outage issues. And to protect people and their homes, this is a really good time to go through, take photos throughout the inside of your house and all 4 sides of the outside of your house, so that if you have an insurance claim, you can go and say, look, here's my before pictures, here's my after pictures. So, you know, this is preparation time. You know, get your things in order, get your evacuation plan in order in case that's the case. Don't forget your pets. So that's what we're stressing right now. We are having statewide weather briefings at 2 p.m. every day. FEMA is already pre-positioning supplies right now in Martinsburg, but we'll see what the update on that is. Again, the National Guard will give us an update again at 2 p.m. today, so that if we need to call in any L&O teams, any wellness teams, we can do that. They'll be activated. I have the local emergency declaration ready to go if we need it. But, you know, right now we're in preparation phase. There is no declaration at the state level, as there is up and down the coastal county states. So what we're encouraging right now, which rolls into the alert system, we've been pounding and pounding and pounding the alert system, and it shocks me still that the extent of our text alerts, email alerts, and voice alerts you have to sign up for those. I mean, we have the voice listing from the phone service for phone calls, but as far as texts and emails, we only, as of a week ago, had 3,000 subscribers. And I mean, I think that's terrible, honestly. So
Population.
yeah, so we've been pounding that. In the last week, we've increased 800. So the alerts that went out last night were up to 3,800, but it still ought to be far more than that. So we're still pounding. Long-term recovery is helping us put that out to social media. We've gone out to all the mayors as well to try and, you know, get individuals. We found, you know, none of through the water crisis a week ago, nobody that manages any of these fast foods or anything is on any of that. So there's just a bottomless pit of opportunity to sign people up for the weather alerts. And it's not just weather. I shouldn't say that. It's weather. It's missing individuals, it's road closures, you know, all of that stuff that's important to sign up. So I'm going to leave some of these the email address is very long. If you go on our Facebook page, if you go on our web page, there's a link there for it, and you can sign up there. If there's any problems, just call our office. There's a secondary program as well. It's called nixle.com. We also use that, and that also shows up on our webpage. And it's really simple. It's totally confidential to us, so we don't maintain any information. Whatever you sign up, it's just confidential between you and Nixle. All you have to do is text your zip code to 888-777. It's really simple. So we use that as a secondary program. Can't hurt to have a backup. Again, our webpage is www.greenbriercountyhsem.org. It has a listing of the alerts that have gone out. It has a listing of all of the flood warning system, which will show you the levels of the rivers as well as the rainfall. So that's an excellent source to say, oh, I wonder what the river's at now. As well as all the Blacksburg links. Are there any questions on the weather issues? And I can, just one little.
Did you mention the wind? How much wind we might get?
The wind is only going to be in front of the event, and it'll just go through, and this is a landfall event. For us, it's going to be Friday and the weekend event. The wind will only be from Friday through the weekend. The rain will go through about Wednesday. We only have about 30% chance of winds over 39 miles an hour.
With the ground,
But they'll be in bands. But yeah, the ground is so wet. We have trees coming down everywhere, and that will continue. We had a situation where we were going to have 185 planes coming into the airport today, parked 3 feet apart. Those have been canceled. So that whole event is canceled now. So that risk is averted. And we're lining up fuel situations for responders, whether it be from either the airport and DOH or airport or DOH, to make sure that all our response isn't going to be delayed.
Okay.
And just the demo update real quick, as far as the demolition of the properties that were FEMA approved last year but not completed are nearing completion now. And for the slum and blight program, which is the vacant, abandoned, dilapidated, condemned buildings, we have approximately 140 submissions so far, and 11 of those are already going through environmental review. So we're working hard on that as well.
Okay.
Any other cancellations? I knew about the cancellation of the fly-in event. Ironically, those planes won't be coming in. Others may very well be coming in from other parts that don't have it as good as we anticipated, and this could be a safe haven airport. So an odd situation there. But are there?
It is. Yeah.
Are there any other cancellations due to this upcoming storm?
I mean, just nothing of that magnitude. I mean, just, you know, various social events and everything else have been moved. Various things in the communities, in all the communities. But other events at the Greenbrier that were planned for this weekend are still going on. I think their biggest thing was that their departure date was right in the middle of the weekend. So I mean, it was going to be a mess, and having that many planes 3 feet apart with high winds is not a good situation.
So. Those planes are a couple $1 million a piece.
Yeah. So.
That would have been a good thing.
No, I mean everybody, all the municipalities and everybody are staying in touch, and they're adjusting their schedules accordingly, so that we don't have a large public event in the middle of, you know, any hazardous weather. So. Good.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So, like I said, we will have updates at 2 p.m. every day, and I'll shoot you all those updates as well as all the municipalities.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Paula.
Thank you, Paul.
I guess I want to encourage everybody to sign up for those alerts, and if you have difficulty or problems, Kelly would be glad to help you with the county commission office. It is free, and there's no advertisements on it. You just get the alert. It's not like the rest of the stuff we get on the computer. And but you need to be prepared, and hopefully you won't have to use it. But be prepared. Thanks again, Paula. Okay, next is a presentation from our beloved Doug Hilton, and it's regarding the Meadow River Trail.
There's just no need to pick on anybody else as long as you're around.
Hey, that's why I'm at, like an old shoe, just keep kicking me. The latest update on the trail project for the construction, the holdup now is a permit review by the DEP on the Greenbrier County section. The Fayette County section's already passed everything, but they're looking for, it has to do with the drainage issues of the trail and getting a final permit on that. Once that's in, then it's ready to go out. The whole project is ready to go out for bid. They have started the hydraulic study on the trestle on the Fayette County side, so it's going to be, it's under process now, and they hope to have it finished and everything going by the spring on the trestle side of that trail. The DOH, Patrick Brennan was our point of contact for the trail project. Patrick's going to another section of the DOH. So this is my fourth person I'm going to be working with on the trail project through the highway department side. But I've got the point of contact, and I'm keeping up with them on where we are.
Have they named his replacement?
It's not his replacement, it's his boss is handling things. And I can't remember the guy's last name. His first name's Pat. So I'll get with Pat and figure out what's going on with it. As far as the 6.2 mile section of the trail, CSX is still to get us the paperwork for the final transfer of the property. It's in their legal department right now, and I've contacted them to get a status report. They've sent emails out and CC'd me where they're asking people, get us a status report on this, but they didn't get it to me before I came today.
They haven't started pulling the rails up yet, have they?
No, not yet. Until we get the transfer over, they probably won't be doing that. So, but that's the first thing we always ask them, when can you get those rails up and out of the way so we can get started on the trail. The Trailhead project, I'll be working with Mayor Pendleton to submit a DOH grant to have that project worked on for Raynell. So that's still in the coffers, but it has nothing to do with the county commission. Let's see if there's anything else. I think that.
Is there going to be any issue with the trail crossing tracks that are still being used?
No, because our piece of the trail track, when it comes down in Raynell, there's that one spur, but it's already a traffic crossing area right there. So it's already designated, so there shouldn't be any problem with that one
I
there.
wonder if that'd be a problem.
Right, no, there's no problem there. And so the funds are all in place where we transferred our funds over. We got the notification that they had received it and the contract was signed. So the funds are in place, the permit, we're just waiting for the one permit from the DEP, and then the construction will be placed out for bid. Any more questions?
Any timeline?
It depends on the permitting, and then of course Chapman Engineering is the one that'll be placing everything out for construction bid. So
Do you see a possibility that something could be done this fall?
it could be if the permits are all in place, and it, like I said, depends on the government how long it takes them to get themselves moving with that permit process. Roger Kennedy from Chapman indicated that once that permitting is done, they're ready to put this out for a construction bid. But they have to get the notice to proceed from the DOH before they can do anything.
Tammy's going to be a lot tougher on you than I was.
Oh, we'll see. So.
Thank you, Doug. Public comment on agenda items.
There are none.
Okay, new business. Consider approval of the poll workers list for the general election.
This is the Democrat list. This is the Republican list.
You want to look part of these?
American. I'm assuming you had enough folks eventually.
I'll be short on the Democrat list because they did not get me any alternates. Republicans, I have to say, did really well this time and had me a good list with lots of alternates.
That's a switch.
The Democrat list is not very fulfilled. So if anybody knows anybody that wants to be a poll worker, send them to the county clerk's office.
Where these are marked yes and no and whatnot, is that where you reviewed them?
Where they're marked yes is where the executive committee called and those people told them they would work.
They-
There's not a yes there. They didn't find anybody to fill that position and just left it empty. So I'll have to fill those positions.
And you have alternates that are no preference.
That means they'll work any precinct in the county. Some of them will only work in the Lewisburg area, some will only work in the Rossford area.
Yes, it's-
Those ones they asked and they said they would be willing to go anywhere for me, Mark.
Okay.
It's Democrat.
I think.
It's got Republican at the top of this one.
Yeah, the Democrat list is the one that's all wrote on.
Oh, okay.
So,
There's one Democrat list that's, looks nice.
okay.
This one is.
That must be a Democrat.
Yeah, it is.
That's the poll workers Democrat.
Didn't say one.
I think Mike still has your Republican.
Yeah, he's
list.
got the Republican and Woody's got a Republican and there's one Lander. One Lowell's got a Democrat. That's a Republican. Those three were Democrats.
Do you want to look at them? Democrats.
Yeah.
When's your training?
Already had it.
No, it'll be in October. We haven't set those times yet. It'll be sometime that around the first or second week in October.
Most of these people have done this before.
Yes, the majority of those have, yes.
Okay, commissioners want to offer a motion regarding the poll workers?
I move that we accept the list of poll workers as presented by the clerk, which came from the 2 executive committees.
Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Ms. Leslie, I believe you're next.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Today I have project resolution number 13 for the Greenbrier County Public Service District number 2 Sam Black Church Waterline Extension Project. We're asking for approval regarding the Small Cities Block Grant for an invoice $5,345 payable to the Thrasher Group for engineering.
Okay. Motion?
I'll move that we approve the resolutions presented.
Any discussion? Any questions for Leslie? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Down there. So flip it over.
How's have they actually started putting pipe in the ground now, or
They started September 4th.
September 4th?
The plant work is about 16% done, and the tank work will start September 17th. We have a progress meeting at the PSD meeting, before the PSD meeting next week.
Two places.
2 places.
And you'll get copies. I will. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for the update. Do we have any board appointments today? Okay. Just a bit about the airport appointment. We had asked the Ethics Commission to give us an opinion, and also our prosecuting attorney regarding one of the candidates, and we have not had a response from either one.
That's correct.
So we're not, at least the president is not ready to make an appointment.
I can't imagine that getting a legal opinion would take a while.
Well, the
Yes,
paper had kind of indicated that ethics complaint was towards me. Can you clarify that?
absolutely, and I appreciate you calling and letting me know that. No, it did not involve Jerry Cook at all. Jerry was an applicant, and I think that was in the paper, and Jerry was concerned that his wife didn't know something about him.
Yeah. I wonder what I'm up to, or what.
Yeah, what you've been into,
What I've been
but it did not involve Jerry Cook at all. Thank you for reminding me of that.
Sorry for a misunderstanding.
Okay, we'll move on to number 4. Consider signing a new FEMA lease for property in Charmco. Kelly, you have,
Yes, we were contacted by an adjacent property owner, Mr. Grimmett. Denzel Grimmett owns a piece of property in Charmco. The county purchased out some FEMA property years ago, and we typically lease those. The current leasee did not renew and is not intended to renew. So he would like to rent or lease the 2 properties on 4th Street in Charmco. So.
and what is the lease rate?
The lease rate is $1 a year. We do 3-year lease terms, and he has to keep the property mowed and free and clear of debris or anything. So that's part of the agreement. There's FEMA agreements that he'll have to sign. And he is
And
aware of those.
we will have additional properties as this process goes along with cleanups and so forth. And someone might say, well, it's a joke to charge just $1. Well, it's important for us to keep those areas clean,
Yes.
mowed, weeds down. If somebody wants to grow a garden, of course, that's fine there. But our objective is to keep a neat and presentable piece of property.
That is correct. And we have additional properties already available in the Charmco area. He's only going to take 2 of those that we have, and we have a couple more right there, 1/3 and 2nd.
And if someone wants additional information and they might be interested in these properties, contact the County Commission's office. And our objective is to keep them neat.
That's correct.
Okay. So, Commissioners, you want to offer a motion in regards to this property?
I'll move that we approve the lease of the 2 properties to Denzel Grimmett in Charmco.
Any additional discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. All right. Public comment.
There are none.
Okay. Announcements. I do want to announce that the 4th annual Parade of Lights will take place starting at 5:30 this evening, and it starts in the State Fair free parking lot. This is in honor of the emergency responders that lost their lives 17 years ago in New York, and so anyone that can try to attend that. Any other announcements? All right, Chair will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. Meeting adjourned. Thank you for attending.